Welcome back to Her Money with Reese. Now let me tell you something that most people won't say. They won't say this out loud. It is okay to start over at 40 or at 45 or 51 or after a divorce or after a breakdown or after pretending everything was fine for too long. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. And let me tell you something else. Regardless of what your mind may be saying or what others around you may be saying, you are not broken. In this video, I'm going to tell you step by step what I would do if I had to start over. Start completely over with my money today. No savings, some debt, a lot of doubt, and still a whole lot of power. So you know what? Let's go. Let's get this party started because it's never too late to start over. So the truth about starting over, it's not easy. Let's be honest about this. There's a quiet grief that comes with the feeling of being behind. And so a lot of times when we get behind or we start feeling behind, we start feeling sad. Our minds start giving us these ideologies that we'll never get caught up. And that's just not true. When you thought you'd be further along in your life, but when you look at your life, you're not further along. That little voice is going to say, what have you been doing with all this time? You don't have much time left. Well, let me tell you, that's not true. When you're making decent money, but don't have a cushion, when your savings account looks like you just got your first job and you've been working for years, that is heartbreaking. That is very discouraging. But I'm here to tell you, it's not too late. It is embarrassing if you share it with someone else. And quite frankly, in this day and time, it could actually be scary. But most of all, it can be very isolating because you're thinking that you're so far behind and you don't belong. But let me be clear, you are not alone. Do you know how many people today are suffering silently because they feel like they are behind and they don't know where to start? But I just want to let you know today that you're not stuck. Starting over financially in your 40s is not a failure. I want you to look at this as a comeback. And a comeback with wisdom hits differently. It always does. So let me give you a step by step, I guess, model of what I would do with my money if I was starting over today. The first thing I would do would be honest with myself. I would sit down and I would compile my compassionate list. I will pull every one of my accounts, my credit cards, my bank balances, and bills. Don't judge it. Just gather it. I know your heart might be racing, your palms might be sweaty, but if you want to start over today, then this is what I recommend that you do. You can't shift what you won't face. And as long as you keep pushing it under the rug or putting it in a file or a folder, you're not going to face it and you're going to lose time on getting caught up. So prioritize your protection is step number 2. Not perfection, but your protection about investing or your big goals. You need to build a 30-day emergency buffer. Only you know what you need to live off of for 30 days. So like if you need for a month $3,000, $4,000 for a month to live, then your second priority would be getting that emergency fund built up. So remember, the first priority is you need to pull out everything, your bank statements, your credit card bills, your account balances. That's the first thing you need to do. Once you pull that out, you need to figure out exactly how much you need to live off of for 30 days. And it's different for each one of us. Some of you may need $2,500 to live off for a whole month. Somebody else might need $6,500. So that is personal. Because when life hits, you need a pause. You don't need to panic. You need to have the money there to cover whatever that emergency expense is. Even $500 saved. If you do this intentionally, I want you to look at this as a win. Number 3, create a survivor plan with purpose. I'd craft a spending plan that reflects where I am today, not where I wish I would be, but where I am today. And that means covering the basics, making small, steady payments on debt, leaving margin for joy. Yes, even though you are where you are right now, you still need to leave margin for joy. Choose one financial goal to lock in, not 5. This is step number 4. Choose one financial goal to lock in today, not 5. Because if you lock in 5, You're going to start feeling defeated. You're going to be scattered all over the place. And remember, if you aim at everything, you're going to hit nothing because you're trying to hit too many things at one time. Not a vision board of everything, one thing. So if you have a goal of, I'm going to go for an entire month without eating out, make sure your goal is realistic and it's something that you can accomplish. Let's start small, because if you start big and if it don't work out, then I'm telling you, your emotions, your psyche will start giving you self-defeating behaviors. And I don't want you to have that. So it might be paying off a credit card. You may have a small credit card that has $300 on it. Then start with that. So step number 4, choose one financial goal to lock in. Do not pick 3. Do not pick 5. Pick one. You need a vision board. If that's something that you like, you can just get a dry erase board and put one thing on that board that you would like to accomplish. Maybe it's rebuilding your savings. Clarity kills chaos. One focus equals momentum. Step number 5, get support, because willpower isn't a plan left alone. I'd keep doing what I always did. So I'd invest in coaching, a community, or structure, something that doesn't let me slide back into survival mode. When you're in survival mode, it's stressful, it's tiring, it's exhausting. Like you're on edge and you're nervous all the time. If you're in survival mode, you may some days might not even recognize yourself because you're so cranky and you're so irritable, and the slightest little thing is going to push you over the edge. And that's because you're in survival mode and you're just on edge. And I don't want you to live like that. We need to have a mindset shift change. And once we change our mindset and our behaviors start to line up with our mindset change, then guess what? Everything changes. So let me tell you something I wish someone would have told me years ago, because that's why I'm here, to help you. It can bring financial healing and emotional healing. It's not just about the dollars. It's about what you believe you deserve. And you got to work for that. It's about letting go of shame and scarcity. Finally, it's about choosing yourself. I'm telling you from experience, starting over is scary. And if you're 40, if you're 45, and you might look at your peers, or you might look at some of your family members, and you think that you will never get caught up. Do not allow your mind to talk you out of trying and making an effort to get caught up. It is scary, but I don't want you to stay stuck. It's a silent kind of suffering that we've normalized for too long, and we're not going to do that anymore. That's why I'm here with you. You do not have to keep carrying that load alone. This is your permission to begin again on your own terms, with your own rhythm, with your own blueprint. If this video has lit a fire in you, if you feel like you want to start over, if you feel like you're behind and you want to get caught up, if you're ready to stop spending and start building, I want to invite you to download my Financial Restart Starter Kit. It's free, it's simple, it's powerful, and it's easy to follow. It'll walk you through how to reset your money with grace and clarity. Because sister, I'm telling you, it's not too late. And my grandmama used to say, as long as we're on this side of the grave, it's never too late. And we have to remember too that money is a tool. We control the money don't control us. But if we feel stuck, and if you don't have a retirement plan, if you don't have an emergency fund, if you are living paycheck to paycheck, honestly, you are allowing your money to control you. But guess what? You're going to subscribe to my channel, and you're going to be here with me every week, and you're going to learn how to get on top of your money. If you're ready for this kind of real change that lasts, not just another spreadsheet, I also would like to invite you to my coaching experience. We have not started it yet, but we're going to have a waiting list. We'll have the link in the show notes. If you want to join our wait list, to join our cohort where I need at least 3 women, my max will be 5, to sign up, and we're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about how to get on top of our money. We're going to encourage each other. We're going to give each other additional ideas on how we can get ahead, because we are not going to be a statistic. We're not going to work until we're 85 years old, and we're not going to be stuck forever. So I'm asking you, if you feel stuck, it's okay. Grab all of your bank statements. Grab your account statements. Get all of your bills together. Do not push them under the rug, because again, as long as you push them under the rug, you're not going to be able to get clarity, and you're not going to be able to get on top of your finances. Decide for yourself what you need for your emergency fund. Only you know how much you can live off of. I can't tell you that. Only you can do that. Then the next thing I need you to do is make sure you set yourself a goal. Again, don't give yourself 3 goals, 5 goals. Give yourself one goal that you know is realistic, that you can accomplish, because small wins are be so encouraging to you. It will give you the motivation that you need to start over. Because I'm here to tell you, you're not stuck. And again, as long as we're on this side of the grave, we're not stuck. We always have potential to do better. So if you're ready to finally get the results that you need, sign up for my waiting list. Sign up for my fresh restart starter kit. You're not late. You're right on time. So let's build something solid together. And I'll see you the next time on Her Money with Reese.